Alright guys, today we got a little project. Broken ear on a thumb. As you can see, no good. So let's start cracking. All right, we're gonna get this thing propped up. I'll probably leave it on just because I want to get it tacked, and then before I weld the whole thing out, I'm gonna tack it and then take the pin out, make sure everything fits before I tack it. Everything's good. This has got a little slop in it, so this is it's wore out. You can see someone has been here before, not me. I wouldn't leave that. Here on the bottom, this whole thing's been worked on before. So even here, someone just even got, that's even cracked there. I might just grind those down and fix them up a little bit. So let's get to it. It even stays on. Alright, so I'm not obviously just gonna tack it and just weld it like that without doing anything. I'm just putting it on there because I want to make sure that it goes back on decent, because I think this ear is a little tweaked, so I just wanted to tack that on. I'm gonna pull the pin, pull this thing up, put the pin back in, and then I might leave that, and then I just sink a grinder in it, make a nice groove, bevel, maybe use it to torch. So we'll let's try it out. Now you can already see that this one is whacked, so I might I don't know, I'm gonna have to heat it, try to heat it and bend it. Let's see how that works. All right, I got the pin in. As you can see, that ear is definitely bent. This one I'm okay with. If anything, it can go that way a little bit. So I have the crack here. Yep. Okay, that'll make life a little easier. Already got it ground out. I wanted to take it off so I can get to the back side. So let me get a little stand set up and we'll start grinding and welding. Alright, so I'm gonna weld a just a stiffener brace on here. It's temporary. I still need to bend this one, but I want to make sure this does not tweak as I'm welding this, and then when I go back and background the inside. So put a little stiffener in, tack, break it off when I'm done. Alright, that'll work. So what my plan of attack here is, I gouged out the crack on one half. You can still see I left some meat. So I'm gonna run probably 1 or 2 passes here, and then what I'll do is I'll flip it, and then I'll take the grinder and I'll back gouge this with the grinder until I hit my new weld. And that is when I know that I have a nice full pen. Then I weld them both out. We're done. I am gonna give it a little preheat. It's cold out today. Welcome to New Jersey. It's going to be 75 degrees tomorrow. Today it's 20. And it snowed yesterday. '7018, I'm running 332 '7018 at about 90 amps. Little dig on it, so you guys know I love that 332. Alright, let's take a look at that. Nice one there. Pretty good. Alright. Alright, switching over to 1/8 inch. Get some heat in this puppy. Alright, I'm going to fill this out. I'll show you when it's done. Alright, here we go. Give her a nice smooth down. See up there, kinda. Not even gonna bother flattening the inside or flap disking the inside because it's the inside. You know what I like to do is, you can leave the welds here, but it took me 2 minutes to hit that with a flap disc and make it look factory. You know, you try to keep it and make it look a little factory. If you guys leave your welds, let me know. If you grind them, let me know. It's just something I've always done. Keep it flush, keep it looking good. And yeah, that's it for the welding. I need to cut this. Actually, first I'm gonna let this thing cool down. I'm gonna wrap it in a welding jacket. Wrap it, let it cool down quick for like half hour. I'm gonna go eat some lunch, and then I will break my brace off, and then we'll try to heat this thing up and bend the other ear and see what we can do. All right, back from a little lunch. This thing's been cooling off for a little bit. I'm going to probably take all that off, cut the bar off, set up some sort of jig with a chain come along, and I'm going to try to bend that other ear a little more square. So, all right, so this come along actually fits in between. I didn't think it was going to, so it makes my life a little easier. So I'm going to heat this up, try to get her nice and hot, red, and start pulling, see what happens. All right, I don't want to bend this thing too much because then it won't slide over, so I'm going to try to get this thing cherry red and get rid of this because it's warming up a little. And we'll just kind of go increments at a time, see what happens. Okay, let's see if she moves. She's definitely going. Okay, that's definitely a lot more straight. I think we might have got her just with that. Burnt grease, yummy. At least his bushings in here are in decent shape. Look at that, grease is coming out of there. His bushings are in nice shape, so these ears are in decent shape, so that's a good thing. Yeah, look at that heat mark. This was a repair done previously. I don't know who did that. We'll just leave it at that. Someone had the same problem, maybe before he bought it, and fixed it itself. But here's the inside of what I did. Can you see? Not bad. And I already showed you this. I flushed it out. This thing will be ready to grab some trees in no time. Yeah, so, you know, get that thing all back together, make sure it works. I've actually never driven an excavator before, so they dropped it off in front of the driveway. It's actually my neighbor. He lives behind me. He runs a landscape business, so I've done a couple jobs for him here and there. And I hopped in, and thank God I watched some YouTube videos, because I kind of just played with the stick. I had to move it back. They put it all the way by my back door, so I tracked it back and found out what stick does what, slowly moved it over to where I could work, and I'm gonna track it back to his house, maybe see if that how that works. So we let this thing cool down and we'll get it back on. All right, I ended up heating this side too, the side I welded, and I ended up heating that side too, because this was janked and this pulled a tiny bit, so I put a little heat on it. But let's see. Oh, look at that. Yeah, she's still a little hot. Alright, so I just made a discovery that's going to put this project on hold real quick. I was messing with this and I cleaned this pin. And as you can see, that pin at the grease fitting is cracked all the way down the middle. So I just called the customer. He is going to get a new pin. Nothing I can do about that. You know, that's probably what caused a lot of the problem. Was the pin was definitely broke, and it was full of grease all day. I just cleaned it off. I was just wiping it down, and I was going to re-grease everything for him, and I noticed that the pin was broken, and that's the main pin. That's the main pin that holds I guess this whole quick connect Kubota style quick connect coupler thing on. Goes through here, so that ear, it's on the outside here on both sides, and it goes through, catches the end of this. So yeah, he's gonna go get a new pin, and I should have this thing wrapped up in the morning. All right, I've seen a lot of YouTubers in these things. I've never been in one. I just have the old pin in there for now. I just want to get this curled up so I can get that other the claw pin thing, whatever that's called. Ooh. There it is. And he's good to go. He actually took this thing off a job, and it broke on the job, so he needs it back. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this one. The old pin's in there. I'm just gonna swap the old pin out tomorrow when he brings it. But there it was. That was off. Welded it on, straightened it out. Way better than what it was. So I appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, comment, check out my Instagram. I got it linked down below. I post all these things on Instagram, you know, detailed pictures, how I do it. And thanks for all the subscribers. So catch you on the next one, and we're out of here.